to the ceiling and this piece all the way to the ceiling. So I'm just going to measure up and draw a line and make a nice straight clean cut across there, across same height by the window and across this wall. And I'll go ahead and remove any baseboard, any nails that are left over. This bathroom and getting rid of this vanity and the mirror and that mirror and that light. So you may have noticed I just mounted a single bulb up here in place of the light fixture, and I didn't put it over the box. I just tacked it up here on the wall with one screw, so I can easily move it around, take it down, whatever. So the reason I did that is because I'm going to have to move this box over, so I just wanted it out of the way for when I'm measuring and cutting my hole, removing some of this drywall, moving the box. The lamp just won't be in the way. So I'm going to move that box over because right now it's centered on the wall, but I'm going to want it centered over the vanity, which won't be centered. It'll be off to the side a little bit. Okay, so I'm not going to get a video of me doing all of this, but I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is turn off the hot and cold water. Then I'm going to disconnect the sink here. And then I'm going to cut this line back here, just cut off this PVC. All this is glued and it's just going to be in my way of getting the cabinet out. So I'll cut it here. Now, for these, I'm not ready to turn the water off yet to the house. So these little escutcheons back here will slide forward a couple inches. So I'm going to just slide the whole cabinet forward once I get everything else disconnected. And then I'm going to knock the back off of the cabinet and just leave the back here. Just leave this here and just pull the cabinet off. So that back, I would imagine, is just like a cardboard. It should just pop right off the back of the cabinet. And also be sure to have some rags handy, or a small little catch pan or something, so you can just empty this trap right out when you take it out. So I've got the cabinet out. We're going to cut that panel off. I'm going to open up this doorway, remove the trim. I'll bring this doorway over here about 6 inches or so down the wall. This will be a 34-inch door. It's now a 24-inch door. So I'll open that space up, and this is where the sliding barn door is going to go right here. And then I'm not sure on this wall. I'm going to leave this for now because I'm going to be removing this door, and I'm going to remove this entire panel here and above the door because this is where the pocket door is going. So yeah, so keep knocking it out. Closet door. This goes into our clothes closet in our master bathroom, and this door is always just in the way because we always have it open when we're getting ready, getting dressed. So it's a very small bathroom, so we want to remove this door and install a pocket door that will go into this wall. It's a nice big blank wall, except for that receptacle, so we'll deal with that, and shouldn't be too bad. First thing we're going to do is get rid of all this drywall. We're actually going to take the drywall out on this side of the wall where we've got the hole there for the medicine cabinet, which we're not reinstalling, and the wall's kind of damaged from where the cabinets were. So instead of trying to repair that or cut out a large piece there, we're just going to take out this entire side of the wall drywall. So that's it for the drywall. I'm going to go ahead and take out all the nails here that are sticking out, and I'll spend a few minutes doing that and then cleaning up my mess. There's all my drywall there. And as I said, for the pocket door, you don't need to remove the drywall in the area where you're not going to be putting the pocket door, which, by the way, I'm glad I wasn't putting it here because we've got some vent pipes coming up through the wall that I would not want to move. So the pocket door is going this way, and all we've got in the way is some electrical, so we'll deal with that when the time comes. Alright, so I'm down to the last bit of drywall. I'm going to go ahead and take this up to the 4-foot mark across here, since I already had the cutout where I did some previous plumbing inspection. I'm going to go ahead and take this all the way up to the 4-foot level. That's typically what your drywall guys want to see, because they want to come here with a full 4-foot wide sheet and just have the one seam going across, rather than have, you know, 2.5-foot piece and then another piece they got to scab in. And once I bring this over to the stud and over to the corner, it's going to be just weird. So they'd much rather see just a full 4-foot sheet here. This one I'm going to keep lower, mainly because it's below the window, so I don't have to deal with the windowsill and the trim and all the corner beads. So I'm going to keep it down here where it is. That's the chair rail height for the wainscoting. And then of course my door is going to be here, so I'll be putting new studs in here. That'll be in a later video. In here, this piece I'm also going to take to the 4-foot height, because not only do I have the big repair there, but also have the other cut out where I did the plumbing cap when I had a leak a few months back. So I'm just going to bring this over to the 4-foot mark, so a full 4-foot wide piece here. And I'm going to do just a small cutout here to replace the plumbing. And you know, typically you can use a stud finder, or you can see the nails here and here, and you just line up your mark with that on the center of that stud, and that gives a good nailing spot for the new piece of drywall. And make sure you use a level on all these marks, so you have nice straight lines for your new drywall going in. So I'm going to get these knocked out, and we'll be just about done with the demo. taking out the back wall of the linen closet. It's almost hard to even recognize where it was without that wall there. But now we can see the open side of the shower floor pan. And I was a little worried at first how hard this is going to be take up, but as you can see, it's got some movement to it, which is good. It really only seems to be adhered to the floor on this one end where they sprayed a massive amount of spray foam. But before we can pull this up, we need to cut the drain. So I'm going to show you how to do that without going up into the ceiling from below. It's also good if you have a concrete floor and you're not going to be relocating the drain. You can use one of these tools. Alright, so it's time to work on this drain because we can't remove the shower pan without disconnecting the drain. You can see I had it really taped up. I don't want all the debris getting in there. So, you know, the PVC drain is all glued together. And so to get to where it's glued together, either I would have to take apart the ceiling down below this floor, or I need to figure out another way to cut the pipe down in there. So one tool they make is this. It is an inside pipe cutter. So basically you just put it on the drill, put it down in there, move it around in a circle until it cuts the pipe in two, and then I can remove the floor pan. Alright, so let's try it out. So I still have water in the trap, so I'm just going to go just above where the water is. And that should be good. Alright, so I went ahead and got all that spray foam from out of here where the shower was. Got all that cleaned up, so it looks good. I'm going to go ahead and take this linoleum out. Most of the time you'll see linoleum is glued onto a piece of 1/4 inch luan, which in this case it is. Looks like here sometime in the past there was a leak. It's kind of rotted. I ended up having to replace part of the subfloor there. But what I'm hoping is, maybe over here in this other area, that they glued the linoleum to the luan, and the luan is just tacked onto the floor, not glued to the floor. If they glued the luan to the subfloor, it can be a real mess with splintering of this plywood. So I'm going to attempt to pull this out now. I'll start with the trim piece there. I need to get rid of that. And then I'll just start shoving a pry bar, try to get underneath the luan as best I can. I can't believe that came up so easily. I mean, it was easy, but it could have been a lot worse. Now I'm just removing all the staples that they had the luan stapled in with, because most of the staples remained in place and they're sticking up. I could just hammer them down, but I just like removing them. I've already removed quite a few. So I think that is it for the demo portion of this video. I'm going to save the next part of the demo for the plumbing video, because I'm going to be moving this drain over a few inches. So I have to pull up this subfloor. I've got some old water damage here. I may have to cut that out. And I'm going to have to, like I said, I'm going to have to take it up anyways to move this plumbing. The toilet is moving over to the window, so I've got to pull that up. replacing all of this plumbing for the shower, valve, lines for the sink, and then in the other bathroom, this toilet, that toilet, this shower. So all those lines, and the main lines come up through the floor there, so I'll follow those across, replace those. Gotta get rid of this drain for the tub, get rid of those water lines. And I did take out some more drywall here because I have to move this sink over towards the middle of the wall. Hopefully I can get in around these vents here. And that's it. So the next part of the demo will just be part of the plumbing video. So the major part of the demo is over and done. I'll have another video for a pocket door right here that will go into this part of the wall to replace this closet door. So be on the lookout for that. And once I get the future videos made, I will put links down below this video in the summary. And that's it. Please subscribe, and we'll see you next time. See you.